Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to do another video about Minecraft. Now, in the last video, we looked at how to download and install Minecraft, the differences between creative and survival mode in Minecraft, and the basic controls for how to move around and start building. Well, today, we're going to look at creative mode in a little bit more detail and look at the use of some commands, which are little codes basically that you can put into Minecraft to manipulate the world. So let's jump into it. So I am logged into Rob's world, which I created last time, and I am in the process of building a treehouse. So I selected a tree that was nice and tall, and I selected some building materials by going into my full inventory, which is using the E key on the keyboard. And I had selected some birch planks, stripped birch logs, some glass panes for windows, and then a ladder that we'll use to create an entrance and then maybe put multiple floors in the treehouse. Now, I want to quickly point out that when you're looking for building materials, you don't have to go through your inventory and scroll through everything. There's a little compass over here on the right side that will allow you to search for materials. So if I type in oak, I can find any block in Minecraft related to oak. If I type in iron, I can find any block related to iron. If I put in bed, I can find all of the different beds that I can put in. I can put in a bookshelf, right? There's a bookshelf object. So, if you're looking for something, whether it's just a building block or some kind of ornamental or decorative block, I highly recommend coming over to the compass and searching for some things. And that's also to point out that when you're building something in Minecraft, it's not just about the blocks in the structure. There's all kinds of cool detail that you can add with some of these ornamental blocks. So at any rate, I built a floor for my treehouse, and I started to stack up some of the stripped birch logs that I'm using for the walls. What we'll do is we're gonna make one room, and then what we'll do is maybe put a ladder up to a roof deck or something of the sort. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling this in. Okay, so now that we've got our walls finished, let's go ahead and put some windows in so we can get a little natural light in here. So let's switch over to our window pane blocks, which is the third block in our inventory. And to switch that, you can use the number key. So 1 corresponds with that first block, 9 corresponds with the last block. So I want the thing in my third space, so I've got the third one here. So let's put in a whole row of windows. I think that will be cool. So I'm gonna clear out some space here, leaving just 1 block on each side. And basically we're gonna, oops, I put that in the wrong place. We're gonna go ahead and put these glass panes in. Great, we'll do the same thing over here. Just gonna break those blocks that we placed, leave 1 on each side, and pop the glass panes right where we need them. All right, very good. We'll do the same thing over here. Pretty soon you're going to start to notice that the sun is going to set. In Minecraft, there is time, and it will become nighttime, which means it will be dark. But one of the things that's great is we can use a command to change it from nighttime to daytime. So that will be when we introduce the commands. But let's wait until it gets a little bit darker, and then we will introduce how to do that. Very easy to do. The nice thing is there's a Minecraft wiki, which I will include a link in the description. That has a list of all the major commands you can use in Minecraft, which is awesome. So, okay, so we've got ourselves windows all the way around. Very good. I think maybe what we'll do now is put a roof on, and then we'll put something on the roof. So I think we'll switch back to our birch planks, and we'll basically fill this in. Now, if you did need to fill in a large space of blocks, there actually is a command in Minecraft that will fill an area with whatever block you choose. But I will say it's a little bit more of an advanced command. It's a little complicated. I've been playing with it a lot over the past couple of weeks, and I've gotten to know its ins and outs pretty well. So in a future video, we'll talk about some of the more advanced commands in Minecraft. But for today, we're just going to keep it very simple and do this all by hand. All right, almost done. Okay, great. So now we've got a roof on our house. I think what we should do, let's start with the roof deck and then we'll work inside. I think what we should do is we should put some fencing around the top so you don't fall off. So I'm going to come over to my inventory by pressing E, and I'm just going to search for fence in the compass section here. And I think let's use birch fence since we're using birch all the way around. So now in the 5th spot in my inventory, I have some birch fence. So all I need to do is place this, and the fence posts will automatically connect to each other with the fence. and it will automatically turn as well, which is great. So you don't have to worry too much about the orientation of them. It should work automatically. Now, one thing we're going to have to do is there's no way to get inside, or I'm sorry, there's no way to get up to the roof once you're inside the house. So I think we're going to probably want to put a ladder somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and break a block here and drop down, and maybe break one more. And then we're going to switch to our 4th inventory space and put a ladder right here. Now, we're going to have to break this window and put another plank there so the ladder will fit there, but that's fine. So now we've got a ladder. Now I can just climb the ladder to go up to the roof, which is pretty cool. So that's awesome. Now, we're also going to need to do that to get into the house. So let's go and take a look. Oops. Let's fly out of here. So let's think about where we want to enter in this house. I think we'll put an entrance. This is looking really cool so far. I think we'll put an entrance somewhere here. And, you know, we can probably use the existing trees to get up there. So why don't we start placing some ladder here, right on the tree. Ah, that's cool. It comes right into the floor of our treehouse, which is awesome. So that's great. So there's a step down, and then our ladder. Let me stop flying so we can see how this works. So I'm going to drop to the ground here, and we'll test this. All right, so there's my ladder. I go ahead and just start climbing away. And then we will end up in our treehouse. So now we can go up to the roof over here. And awesome. Very good. So let's now drop back in and let's put some decorative blocks here. So I think we should put some torches. So when it becomes nighttime, it will stay well lit inside our house. So let's grab a torch. There are 2 kinds of torches. There's a torch and a redstone torch. We're not going to talk about any redstone stuff now. We'll stick with the regular torches. So I think maybe we'll put torches in each corner. That sounds pretty good. It's making an adequate amount of light. So that's nice. What else should we add? Maybe we want to add... let's see what other ornamental blocks we can add. We can add a furnace if we wanted to make like a kitchen. We can add a jukebox. Maybe we'll throw a bookshelf in. All right, so there's our bookshelf. So we got our bookshelf here. Let's pop a bookshelf here and here. Oops. And then maybe on the other side as well, right? Bookshelf here, a bookshelf here. And maybe we can put a chair. Let's see if there's a chair. So no chair. We can put a bed. Let's put a light blue bed. That sounds good. So we can put a bed here. We can put 2. Whoops. I fell out the floor. That's not good. Maybe we should put a door or something. Well, that's okay. So now we're starting to make our house a bit nicer. So we noticed that the sun is starting to set and the moon is starting to come up. Let's go up to the roof. So there's the moon and there's the sun. Ah, I fell in. So there's the sun setting and there's the moon. So now's a perfect time to introduce commands. So if I want to make it daytime, I'm going to press the / on the keyboard, and you'll notice I have a little command line here. And if I want to make it daytime, I put in time, set. I can put in day, midnight, noon, whatever. And now it sets the time to day. So it's the middle of the day, which is nice. So that's the perfect example of a command. Time, set, day. Another command that we could use is, let's say I've finished building my house and I want to get rid of all the stuff that's down here in my inventory so I can start working on something else. Well, I can put in /clear. And my inventory is now totally clear, which is great. So that's another super useful one. The other command that's nice is I can say game mode survival, and now I'm in survival mode. So I've built up this cool treehouse in a creative world, and then I switched my game mode to survival and I could start playing a survival game. This is kind of nice. You can go in a creative world, build a house, set yourself up. It's almost like starting a little bit farther along in a survival game. So that's cool. And then I can always change back by switching game mode creative. And what's nice with the command line is it actually autofills the necessary commands. It actually shows you the different options. So those are some useful commands. The one that's also really nice, and this is particularly useful if you're playing together with your child, is you can teleport to each other. So maybe one of you is off somewhere and you're off doing something else, where there's a command /TP, and then I can put in either XYZ coordinates, or I can put the username in of another player. Now, I'm the only player in this world, so you're not going to see any other players, but if I had put in the other player name and hit enter, it would have teleported me to the other player, which is really, really useful. That way you can kind of split up and work on different things and then teleport to each other later on. So that's really going to be it for today. Just to wrap up, we talked about going through the inventory and searching for specific blocks. I took you through the process of building a treehouse. And when building any object, you have the full access to the inventory, so it's worthwhile to think a little bit about what materials you might want to use. Like I had the birch planks and stripped birch logs, but you may want to make a brick house with a white door and whatever. You can go into the inventory and search for those specific blocks and load your inventory up with everything you need before you start building. We also talked about using commands, which would be setting the time to day, so that way you don't have to build at night. We also talked about teleportation. We talked about clearing your inventory. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the commands that are available in Minecraft, I recommend you go to the Minecraft wiki. You could just Google Minecraft commands and it will bring you to the Minecraft wiki site. I'll also throw a link to that down in the description of the video. But that's going to give you a really good overview of the types of commands you can use, what they do, and how you set them up. There's a lot of them and you can do some pretty cool stuff. So definitely recommend you check that out. But that's going to be it for today. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you get started playing Minecraft. I can't stress enough how relaxing and how much fun it is to just go into this world and start building. It's kind of like when I was a kid, I used to dump my bucket of Legos out on the floor and just start building something and kind of would see what would happen. Well, that's what you can do in Minecraft, and it's something that you can definitely do and have a lot of fun with your kids. So I highly recommend spending a little time learning the controls and then working together to build something really fun. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We release tech tips every weekday at noon. We have project videos every weekday at 10 and 2 p.m. And definitely go to thedae.com. We have a list of our online classes and private lessons. And thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.